Dear friends, thanks for hearing my stories. Please hear any story. It is a good story. You like it very much. I think listen story. There was once a Brahmin who was not well versed in the Vedas, but he knew enough to conduct occasional worship of the gods. Yet he was such a mean person that no one called him to even for such small affairs. So, failing to make a living in his village, he started out into the world to make his fortune. At the outskirts of a village, he saw a neglected temple of Shiva. No worship was being carried on there. So the Brahman took upon himself the job of the pujari of the temple. He went into the village. He met the elders of the village and told them that Lord Shiva had appeared to him in a dream and exhorted him to restore worship in the temple and that he had travelled 50 miles to do so. These efforts bore some fruit. Some of the villagers began to visit the temple every day and leave their offerings to Shiva with the pujari. But the Brahman was disappointed to see no money coming forth. He could stay in the temple all his life and yet make no money worth mentioning. The Brahman thought he had enough of this Shiva, so one night he got up, kicked the god with his foot and went away to seek his fortune elsewhere. By dawn, he met an old man who also was going nowhere in particular. They made a pact to travel together and share each other's luck or ill luck. At noon they sought the shade of a tree and prepared to eat whatever food they had. The pujari and brought with him all the offerings of the previous evening at the temple. The old man had a bundle of rice flakes. They started with the rice flakes, but before they could finish them, their appetite was satisfied. After the meal, the old man lay down to have a nap. The pujari then stole the bundle of the old man and ate the rest of the rice flakes. When the old man woke up, he searched for his rice flakes and not finding them, asked the pujari if he had taken them. No, said the pujari, I don't know about them. Never mind, said the old man. Soon they reached a city. They heard that the king's daughter was dangerously ill. The king had announced that he would give as much gold as could be carried by the person who was able to cure his daughter. We can easily cure this king's daughter, the old man told the Pujari. Let us save her life, poor child, and the king will pay us gold, said the Pujari greatly, as much as we can carry. They went to the palace, and the prince was at death's door. O king, said the old man, in case you have given up all hope of her recovery, put her in our charge. We shall carry out a secret treatment on her. The king did not believe him, but he had no hope of his daughter's recovering at all. So he agreed to put the princess in the old man's charge. The old man rented a suitable house for the treatment in the middle of the dug a huge pit and kindled fire in it. He bought a big cistern filled with milk, and he went into his house with the sick princess and the Pujari. The Pujari observed very carefully everything the old man did. The old man first threw the princess into the fire pit. Soon she was burnt to ashes. That fine, said the old man. Let us now bring her back to life. He picked up a few charred bones of the princess and put them into the cistern of milk. At once the princess stood alive in the milk cistern, glowing with health and beauty, rid of all diseases. The king was so glad to have his daughter restored to full health that he treated the two guests with utmost respect. He ordered his men to bring all the gold coins he had. I cannot repay you, he told them. This is only a token of my gratitude to you. Oblige me by taking as much gold as you can carry. The old man took only a couple of coin between his thumb and finger, saying, I can't carry much. But the Pujari took a large heap of gold, as much as he could carry. The servant of the king's household was this thought that the younger man was the real physician and the old one his assistant. One of them approached the Pujari and whispered in his ear, Sir, some poetry miles from here. There is another king who has a sick daughter for you who cured our princess. That will be a very simple affair, for this princess is not in a serious condition. She is suffering from a chronic illness which no one able to diagnose. You will do well to go there. The Pujari thought he could obtain another lot of gold. He had seen the method of treatment and he could apply it to the other princes. There was no need to tell the old man about it, so he started for the other place, and the gold man followed him. What the Pujari had heard was true. Here was a princess suffering from a chronic illness. Several quacks had offered to treat her, and he made her condition worse. So the king had laid down a condition, however, failed to cure the princess. After undertaking to treat her, had to go to the gallows and hang for it. The penalty did not frighten the Pujari. He asked the old man to wait in culture and went to the king. He offered to cure the princess and agreed to the penalty in case of failure. He was sure of success. He told the king how he had brought back to life a princess who was actually dead. She also showed him the gold he got for it. The Pujari took a house, prepared a huge fire pit, and got a cistern of milk ready. He took the ailing princess inside the house, bolted the door, and threw the girl in the fire. The princess uttered a blood-curdling shriek before she was turned to ashes in the fire. Undaunted, the Pujari took a few of her charred bones and threw them in the milk, and they floated on the milk with trembling hands. He took out some more bones and threw them into the milk. They are floated on the milk. Now the Pujari was sweating with fear and terror. Meanwhile, the man outside the house had heard the shriek of the Pujari, and they banged on the door. The Pujari was standing paralyzed when they broke the doors open and went in. The king was mad with fury when he learnt that the rash physician had burnt his daughter for alive. He ordered him to be hanged at once. The Pujari at last found his tongue and begged the king, "Your Highness, my assistant is in Colorty. Let me meet him but once. I am certain your daughter can be brought to life. You want to escape, do you? Take this devil at once and put the noose round his neck," said the king. As the Pujari was being led up the step to the gallows, the old man turned up there. "You are going to die," said the old man. "You can tell me now how has taken my rice flakes. I don't really," said. The Pujari, he was led up one of the steps. "Please tell me who stole my rice flakes." The old man entered and treated the Pujari. "I swear that I don't know," the Pujari replied, and he was taken one more step up. The old man repeated his question again, and the Pujari denied all knowledge of the rice flakes. The Pujari now stood at the top. The noose was arranged round his neck. The king arrived there to see the execution. Please stop a moment, said the old man to the king. Why are you hanging him? This scoundrel not only failed to cure my daughter, but he actually burnt her alive. The king said. In that case, said the old man, you need not hang him. I shall bring your daughter back to life. Are you trying to be funny? Demanded the king in a rage. No, no, said the old man. You can send your guards with me. If I fail, I shall hang along with him. The king agreed to, and the old man restored the princess to life by putting a few of her bones in the milk. She was now free from the disease from which she had suffered for a long time. The king was exceedingly happy. He set the pujari free. He sent a box filled with gold coins to the old man and at the chocolate. We have been friends from long time, said the pujari to the old man. We have shared each other's joys and sorrows. It will be a proper that we share this gold. The old man agreed to it. He began to arrange all the gold into 3 equal heaps. We are only 2, said the pujari to the old man. Why do you divide the gold into 3 parts? That is quite in order, replied the old man. The third portion is for the one who stole my rice flakes. Oh, then that share is mine. It was I that stole your rice flakes, said the pujari, beside himself with joy. The old man raised his head and looked angrily at the pujari and said, You miserable skunk, you faulted me by become my pujari. Then he disappeared in a flash. It is the story, friends. If you like my story, then please oblige me as subscribe my channel. I will come next time with a Hindi story. Please wait me.